This is an ultra-contemporary mansion here in the Doheny Estates in Los Angeles, California. It's got some remarkable jetliner views of the city, 2 pools, one above ground, one underground with a living wall. It's got a glass enclosed wine cellar, movie theater, and an architectural staircase. And today, we're going to tour this property in its entirety, but before we do, make sure to subscribe because we're touring more homes just like this one every single week on the channel. Huge thank you to the Maimon Group for making this tour possible. If you're interested in renting out this property, it is available for short-term rentals. You can find that information down below in the description. And now let's get started. Here today in the exclusive neighborhood of the Doheny Estates here in Los Angeles, California. About to tour this ultra contemporary home right in front of me. Looking up at the exterior, we see the use of a dark, smooth stucco finish complemented with dark metallic panels and an exterior stonework, which we will be talking about in just a little bit. Also, you can see you have a very spacious 4-car driveway, which further leads you into your remarkable auto gallery. And guys, take a look at how these garage doors open. So they actually open in a horizontal fashion. They're 2 separate garage doors and they have multiple panels, and each panel actually folds on a track system, and that's how they're able to open in this specific way. What an amazing garage section, and that is actually a part of your lower level. And that lower level has some remarkable amenities, including a glass enclosed wine cellar, lower level pool with a living wall, game room, and some other cool features. Of course, we'll show you all that stuff later in the video. One more thing I wanted to mention, you also have this water feature right here, which is a part of your upper level lap pool. So that's correct. This property does indeed have 2 different pools. Of course, we'll be seeing them both later on throughout the video. Also, you just press a simple button, and then again, those garage doors close in a horizontal fashion. Very cool. We've never seen anything quite like that before on the channel. Now, looking up here at the exterior, you can also see this guest bedroom here is cantilevered above your driveway section. Follow me around this corner right here. You can see that you have these steps right here, which lead you up to a front yard seating section. We've got exterior glass railing across this space. Then over here to my right, we have some beautiful foliage across this area, and we see more of the smooth stucco finish and those floor-to-ceiling walls of glass, which again, we will be seeing throughout the property. Also here in front of me, this is that exterior stonework that I mentioned to you earlier, and you can see it's carried not only on the wall, but also down here to the floors of this front porch. Also, like I said, you've got the seating section with a ceiling cutout to bring some natural lights into the space. So essentially, you could be relaxing every day in the front of your house if you want, which is pretty cool. Now, follow me right here. You can see you've got your glass paneled front pivot door, which further takes you into the great room of the property. right when you enter, you were hit head on with the panoramic views of the entire city of Los Angeles here. This is impressive. Now also right when you enter the property, you have this centerpiece table, and then you have a dining space to my right, living space in front of me, and we have a very open concept first level. We have the primary bedroom suite just down the hall here. Also around this corner, we have access into the kitchen and the backyard. And that backyard has your main pool and the lap pool. Now if you follow me just down here, we have a seating section and we have your floating staircase, which is glass railed throughout, and this area takes you down below to the entertainment floor, and that has your glass enclosed wine cellar, lower level pool with a living wall, and so many other things. We have a lot to see in this property today. Also, one more thing I should mention, you have this massive open atrium here in the center of the property. You've got the skylight up above, and the reason why they have constructed this center atrium is so the lower level can also get just as much natural light as this top level. Because keep in mind that lower level is underground. Most lower levels don't get a lot of natural light, but since they have constructed this massive skylight, they were able to solve that problem, which is remarkable. Also, we've got access to the kitchen from that side of this atrium as well. But first things first, I want to take you straight ahead. We have access into your formal dining room area, which has seating for up to 8 guests here at this wooden table. Circular contemporary light fixture is positioned above that. We've got the floor to ceiling walls of glass surrounding this entire section here. And from this vantage point, you actually get views down below to your lower level pool, and you can see that living wall as well, which is remarkable. And of course, we will be seeing that later on in the tour. Also, when you're eating dinner right here, look out at Century City. You also have views of your lap pool right out there too, which again, we'll talk about in just a little bit. This space is remarkable. Now around the corner, we have your family room, staged with contemporary furniture all across the area. We've got a massive wooden table here in the center and a fireplace. You've got the mounted flat screen TV right above this section here as well. And we just have more floor to ceiling walls of glass all across the section. If you take a look here in front of me, we actually have all of these pocket sliding doors, which take you exclusively out here to that backyard. I'm just gonna give you a quick sneak peek. You've got the pool, you've got the lap pool, and the remarkable views of Los Angeles. Now, before we talk about the right wing of the property, which has that kitchen, I want to actually go ahead and take you back towards the front of the property, because to the right of this entry, you have a guest bedroom with contemporary furniture throughout. You also have an ensuite bathroom with the floating vanity and the glass enclosed walk-in shower space. Now you can see we're back at the entry of the property. Also, they have brought that dark stonework to the inside of the house, and they've brought it on this section of the floor too, which I think is really nice. Of course, you get lots of natural lights into this main level, seating area, which I mentioned earlier. And then around this hallway, we've got your primary suite and some other spaces that we'll wait to show you. Follow me down this hallway right over here. We have a storage closet to my right-hand side. And then if we continue down, we have just made it here into your well-appointed kitchen. Right when you walk in, you have the spacious center island with the waterfall edge marble countertops. You've got bar seating for 4 guests here at this center island, 4 light fixtures positioned above this space as well. And you can see you have a very clean and minimalist kitchen design. Lacquered cabinetry all across the space. You've got your Miele appliance suite here in front of me. Espresso machine, microwave, and your double oven setup. Also, right next to that, you can see you've got your nicely paneled fridge and freezer, once again, designed by Miele. And you can see they've left lots of different drinks for us. If you guys want a water or a LaCroix, let me know, and we'll save one for you. Also, you can see just right over here, this is the living room that we talked about earlier. So the floor plan, like I said, is very open. It flows together in an amazing way. Now let's move down through. We've got more items to see, more lacquered cabinetry throughout the area, and you will notice there are no handles present on any of the cabinetry. Again, keeping that clean and minimalist look in the kitchen. You've got your stainless steel sink here to my right-hand side, panel dishwasher number 1, and then take a look right here. You've got a second one, of course designed by Miele once again. Looking here to my left, you've got your Miele 5-burner range, and you have a couple more burner sections here to the right of that. You've got the dark marble backsplash here to complement your countertops, and we have some more upper cabinetry right here. These uppers actually have a different gray exterior. Of course, they open up vertically and then push to open right up here, which is of course great to have. They've maximized the amount of storage here in this kitchen. One more thing, guys, we have to talk about. You've got your soft closing cabinetry. You guys know I love that feature. It's my most favorite. Every kitchen has to have it. Now to my left, you also have your glass enclosed wine cooler designed by Miele. Store all of your wine bottles at 3 different temperatures if you like. But if you're not big into wine, of course, store your water bottles, your sodas, all the good stuff like that. Now you can also see we have these corner sliding glass doors, which take us directly out to this backyard here. Before we tour the rest of the main floor, I thought we might as well just come out here and talk about the backyard now. Of course, we have several different seating sections here. Beautiful foliage surrounds us here as well, and it provides lots of security and privacy, meaning none of your neighbors can look into this backyard whatsoever. Also, if you look in front of me, you have your massive jacuzzi area, which can easily fit, I would say, 10 to 12 people, and then you have your pool space in front of that. It's infinity edge, of course, and when you're relaxing in this pool, you are getting the jetliner views of the entire city of Los Angeles, Century City in the distance, and just to give you guys some reference, we currently are in the Doheny Estates. We're up here in the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles. We are actually located right next to the Bird Streets. That's directly to the right of us. We've toured a couple great homes up there, and from this vantage point, we can actually see some of the homes up there in the Bird Streets, which is very cool. The Doheny Estates is also one of the few neighborhoods in Hollywood that has its own sidewalks, so you can comfortably walk your dog or do your morning jogs on sidewalks. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but here in Los Angeles, not a lot of neighborhoods have their own sidewalks. It's kind of a privilege out here. It's pretty insane. Now in front of me, we've got your outdoor dining table, which has seating for up to 10 guests here at this wooden tabletop. And then next to that, you've got your exterior fireplace. If you want to entertain on a cold winter evening, you don't have to worry because you have that fireplace. Also above, you can see we have the similar smooth stucco finish here on that roof, and they actually have these roof cutouts above here too, so you're still getting that natural light, but you're still in the comfort of your own covered patio space. Now let's continue our tour around this corner, and like I said, you don't only have that pool up here, but you also have this separate lap pool, which is quite insane. Could you imagine having your very own lap pool at your property? And keep in mind, we still have a completely separate pool down below us on the lower level, which we will be seeing later. Also from this vantage point, you're getting just the amazing views of the city. Now let's move down through. You've got 4 pool chairs right next to your lap pool. And guys, could you just imagine waking up every morning, watch the sunrise with this amazing view, and then get some laps in here at your lap pool? And it's a very long lap pool as well. I mean, take a look at this. Maybe this is an Olympic-sized lap pool. I have no idea, but if it is, let me know down below in the comments. Now let's move down through. You can see right here you have this glass railing, and this actually sections off your open atrium, which leads you down below to your lower level pool section. Could you imagine you're entertaining guests up here and down below? You're walking around, you can say hello to your guests who are swimming down there in your lower level pool. I can promise you, not a lot of homes offer this feature. Now you also have that living wall down below, which adds the pop of color, and of course, we'll be seeing that a little bit later in the tour. Also, down this way, we just have access into another seating area, and like I mentioned earlier, you have more of the foliage out here, providing extra security. No one can see into this space. It's a very private backyard. Now follow me back down to the front of your property. Like we saw earlier, we have your glass enclosed floating staircase, which takes you down to the lower level, which we will be seeing later on. But before we see that, I want to actually take you down this hallway right here. We have 2 guest bedrooms to my right, which we'll see in just a bit. But if we take a look to my left-hand side, you can see that we actually have this pivot door, and this takes us directly into the primary bedroom suite. I love the fact that you have this dramatic hallway, which takes you right here into the space. You've got a seating area to my right with the light fixtures right above me here, extremely high ceilings. You've got the California king-size bed with 2 nightstands on either side of that section. Linear LED light strip is positioned above this area too. You've got a seating space with the fire pit going right over there, flat screen TV positioned above, and if you take a look here, they've actually brought that same stonework that we saw on the outside of the property, and they've brought it here to the interior. We also see more stonework on the exterior of that fireplace, and then you actually have these corner sliding glass doors, which are automatic. You press a simple button and these open and close. And this space takes us into the backyard, which we did just see. You've also got the seating areas and the fire pit with more beautiful foliage surrounding this section. So every day when you wake up, you get views of that foliage. Now let's continue down. We have some more components to see of this primary suite. We actually have this glass enclosed primary bathroom and 2 primary closets. The reason why this space is glass enclosed is because you actually have these interior sliding glass doors. So for whatever reason, if you want to section off yourself from whoever's sleeping in this primary bathroom, you could absolutely do it. And of course, you can also slide this door back right here as well. Take a look. How cool is this? I don't think we've ever seen anything like this on the channel before. This sections off your bathtub and your shower, and then of course, if you don't want them here, just pocket them into the wall, pretend like they don't even exist. It's pretty crazy. Now, of course, you've got the freestanding tub positioned here in front of me. We've got the tiled back wall, which sections off this area from your shower space. Let's take a turn around this corner. We've just made it into the primary shower. We've got the other side of that tiled wall here. Also, we have a different tile right over here going all the way up to the ceiling. It's in more of a small square tiled fashion. You've got the fabricated shelving in the space, 2 mounted rain heads with the body sprays, and then you have a 3rd rain head positioned right above me. You've got the linear drainage positioned below, and something interesting about this shower is that this entire section is actually sloped slightly downward from the rest of the bathroom, so none of that water is actually going to carry on into this portion, which contains your floating vanity. You've got the dual sink setup, fabricated sinks, I should mention, with the mounted mirrors right above that, and they are smart mirrors. So you press a simple button, you can turn on those lights, change the colors if you wish, dim the mirrors if you want. Very cool to have. You've got that similar tiled wall here on this back side of the wall like we saw in the shower, and then down below here, all of these cabinets are indeed soft closing. And then, before we talk about what's in front of me, I actually want to go ahead and take you back here, and we've just made it into your primary closet. Keep in mind, this is the first primary closet that we will be seeing here in this primary suite. You've got the built-in custom cabinetry all across this section. It's all floating off the ground, and let's go ahead and make sure. Yes, indeed, they are soft closing, of course. You've got to have it. You've got tons of spots to hold your clothing, of course. Floating shelving throughout. You've got a little bench area in the center in case, you wake up super early, you're a little bit tired, take a nap in your closet if you wish. You've got a preparation space here to my left with custom cabinetry, and you actually have two more of those smart mirrors with the LED light strips on either side of the space like we saw on these two vanities right here. Now, in front of me, you also have your water closet, which is nicely tiled all throughout. You've got your floating toilet next to your floating bidet, which is quite interesting. And if we take a turn down this hall, that's the second primary closet that you have. You've got the floating cabinetry and floating shelving all across that area with the LED light strips like we saw in the first primary closet. Now that's all for this primary suite, but follow me back down this hallway. We have a couple more items to show you. So continuing down to my right-hand side, you've got another guest bedroom, which is staged with contemporary furniture all across the area. You've got your closet storage integrated on the far side of the room. Then you have an ensuite bathroom, which is nicely tiled all throughout. And you have your glass enclosed walk-in shower space. Now heading out of that guest bedroom and down the hall, we have the final guest bedroom here with more contemporary furniture throughout. We've got a walk-in closet with all of your necessary built-in items. And we also have an ensuite bathroom with more tile work details. And we have a glass enclosed shower space, which doubles as a bathtub. And leaving that hallway, that concludes our tour for this main level. So now we have to head down your floating glass enclosed staircase and check out that lower level. Coming down your glass enclosed floating staircase, we've just made it here to the lower entertainment level of the property. Right when you come down, you can see that you have this glass centerpiece table under your floating staircase. And we have a unique tiled floor here covering this portion of the floor. And something very cool, you can actually walk under your floating staircase, and this takes you to a little secret hallway, which further takes you into your living room. And of course, we'll be seeing that just a little bit later. Also, you've got the illuminated LED lights across your floating staircase too. And like I mentioned earlier, you have that massive open atrium with the skylight right above us. These ceilings have easily got to be 25, 30 feet tall right here. And like I mentioned earlier, they constructed this skylight specifically to bring natural light to both levels of the property, because keep in mind, although we are underground, it doesn't really seem like it because we get all this natural light. Now you've got the massive ping pong table here in the center of this open atrium. Come down here, relax with your friends, play some table tennis, and then you can take a look right here at your lower level pool section with the living wall, and you also have a lower level jacuzzi in here too. So keep in mind, that's a lot of bodies of water that we have at this property. We've got 2 jacuzzis, 2 pools, and a lap pool. That's pretty crazy. Also, we've got access into a spa room and a gym. And then around the way, we've got a movie theater. But before we see that, I actually want to go ahead and take you right over here where we have access into your glass enclosed wine cellar. Right when you come in, you've got this centerpiece table here so you can have a wine tasting moment in this area. You've got the rustic light fixture positioned right above me here. Like I said, this area is completely glass enclosed as well. You've also got some built-in speakers above here too. So if you want to play some music in your wine cellar, you can absolutely do it. And when you're relaxing here, you're getting direct views out there to your pool, to your ping pong table, the floating staircase, movie theater. There's a lot going on down here. Now, the main event, this is the glass enclosed wine cellar itself, completely temperature controlled, space for all of your favorite bottles of wine. You know what I think is kind of funny? It's a glass enclosed wine cellar within a glass enclosed room, which is pretty crazy. Also, you've got the backlit onyx stone on either side of this storage area. It looks very, very cool. Now around the corner, you can see we have more of the linear LED light strips on the ceiling here. And around this corner, let's just dive right into it. This is your movie theater. You've got the triple tiered seating inside the section. You could easily fit, I would say, 10 to 15 guests comfortably in this area. You've got all of the couches throughout. Massive projector with the screen right in front of me here. It's also carpeted throughout too, so of course it's nice and soundproof. When you want to get that true movie experience, you can get that in this theater specifically. Now you've got the linear LED light strips on the walls right here, and these walls are also plush, so they're absorbing even more sound when you're watching those loud movies in here. Now follow me down this set of steps right here, and we've made it here into your sunken in bar area. You've got seating for several guests here at this waterfall edge countertop. So if you're hungry, you want to enjoy a drink, but you don't want to be scared of spilling on those couches, you relax back here, watch your movie in peace. This is quite remarkable. You've got your stainless steel sink to my right, lots of custom cabinetry, which is indeed soft closing. You've got the floating shelf above here, and then you also have your built-in ice maker, and then next to that, some more refrigeration, always ideal to have in any movie theater. One of my favorite theaters that we've seen in quite some time. Now, down to my right, we have several seating areas, which we will be seeing later. But before we do, I want to take you down over here behind this glass door. We've just made it here into your underground pool section. You've also got, of course, the underground jacuzzi here, a couple pool chairs so you can relax right here. And then you've got your very own living wall next to me here, adding that pop of color. You've also got this massive skylight right here too. So although we are underground, we're still getting lots of sunlight here when you're relaxing in this pool area. I mean, this is just so remarkable. We don't see items like this very often in properties. This is very, very unique. You've got, of course, the glass railing above, like we saw earlier. And you know, on this channel, we haven't seen a lot of underground pools or indoor pools specifically. So the fact that we're seeing this together is quite remarkable. Let's continue down. You've got more interior sliding glass doors, which take you here into your private spa area, your massage room. You've got the massage table in front of me here, and then your massive spa to my right, which is nicely tiled all throughout. You've also got the tiled walls there to my right, and then to my left, you've got your massive shower area. It's also an open concept shower because you don't have any doors taking you into the space. You've got the mounted rain head on the ceiling and another one on this side of the wall. And you've also got the built-in body sprays, which is quite cool. Also to my right, we have more glass doors, which take us into a private gym. We'll see it in just a second. Also wanted to mention around this corner, we have a glass enclosed steam room, which is enclosed with the marble details all throughout that section. All you have to do is press a couple simple buttons there on a touch screen, and then you can have the steam shower of your dreams. Now let's continue around this corner, and like I mentioned earlier, we have some more interior sliding doors which lead us into your well-appointed gym. Right when you enter, you have so many different machines here. You can go ahead and cancel your gym membership right now because you'll never have to leave this gym. Once you enter, you've got the boxing gloves in here, dumbbells of all different sizes, the bench press, living wall with the underground pool. I mean, you have everything down here at this lower level, and we haven't even seen the rest of it yet, which is even crazier. So follow me back down through the space here. I mean, again, the views from this vantage point are just so incredible. Another thing I should mention, we actually have these interior stackable doors, which we of course have stacked currently, so you get the seamless indoor-outdoor living experience in this section. You can still feel the fresh air from this point. Now let's continue our tour down over here. We've got a laundry room in front of me, and then access to the garage there on my right-hand side. Views of the staircase like we saw earlier. Let's continue our tour to my left. This is your underground living room section with more contemporary furniture located throughout the space. You've got the mounted flat screen TV with the fireplace below, and then on the far side of the room, we've got your custom cabinetry, marble countertops with the floating shelving right above that. Of course, all of these drawers are indeed soft closing, and then to the right, what do we have here? We've actually got some refrigerator drawers, which is pretty cool to have because, you know, when you're relaxing down here, you don't want to go all the way upstairs to grab a cold bottle of water. Just have them down here at your underground living room. Now let's continue down. We've got more seating spaces in front of me, and then we actually have some more sliding glass doors, which take you directly out here to another seating space, which we'll see in just a second. We've got two more guest bedrooms to talk about. The one on my right has more contemporary furniture throughout, closet storage built into the room. You've got a floating vanity with the lit up mirror above that, and the tiled wall carries on into your glass enclosed walk-in shower space. And then if we continue down the hall right here, and in front of me, this is the final guest bedroom that we have for this lower level. Of course, we've got more contemporary furniture throughout, and like I mentioned earlier, you have that sliding door, which takes you into this unique courtyard with the seating space. We've got the walk-in closet with the built-in items, and we have your ensuite bathroom with the floating vanity, and you have that glass enclosed walk-in shower space, which is nicely tiled throughout. Follow me back down this hallway here, and now we're gonna check out what this house looks like nighttime. We have just made it to the property at nighttime, and the great room just looks so remarkable at this time of day. You've got the fireplace going, and all of the lights illuminate in such a beautiful way. And if you follow me outside, you can see the same can be said for this outdoor area. We have the LED lights illuminating both of your pool sections, and when you're out here in this backyard, you're once again getting the jetliner views of the city. And since we're looking at it at this time of day, you can see the lights twinkling in the distance. There's really nothing else like it, I can promise you that. Now, if you follow me down your illuminated floating staircase, you can see the lower level looks just as remarkable at nighttime. Of course, you've got the illuminated onyx stone there in the wine cellar. And if you follow me down over to the lower level pool, it looks so good at nighttime. We have the green lights in the jacuzzi and the white lights here in the pool section. The living wall at night is so breathtaking. If you made it till the end of this video, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Huge thank you to the Maimon Group for letting us do this tour. You can find all of their information down below in the description. And like I mentioned earlier, this property is available for short-term rentals. If you're interested, you can find that info down below. Make sure to subscribe. We're touring more homes just like this one every single week on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.